Imagine standing at the edge of your potential, staring at a version of yourself so powerful, so unstoppable, that the world can't help but take notice. Now picture this. The key to unlocking that version of you isn't talent, isn't luck, isn't even a burst of fiery passion. It's a choice, a quiet, relentless choice to show up day after day, even when the work feels boring, the progress feels invisible, and the world seems to be screaming for you to quit. That choice? Consistency. Welcome, my friends, to your turning point, a journey where discipline carves the path to destiny, and every step you take reshapes the landscape of your life. Consistency isn't glamorous. It's not a lightning bolt of inspiration or a roaring crowd chanting your name. It's the silent force, the steady river cutting through stone, patient and unyielding, shaping entire valleys over time. The Bible in Proverbs 21:5 declares, "The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance." Think about that. Abundance isn't for the flashy or the fortunate. It's for the faithful, the ones who take small, deliberate actions every single day. Look at Thomas Edison. Thousands of failed experiments didn't dim his light. His consistency turned those failures into a world-illuminating success. So, grab hold of this relentless spirit, embrace the grind, and watch your dreams ignite into reality. Now let's get real. What if the strongest weapon in your arsenal was your own predictability? Imagine becoming so dependable that even you can count on yourself no matter the mood, the chaos, or the fear trying to derail you. Most people live in reaction. One day they're fired up, the next they're lost in a fog of doubt. But the giants, the legacy builders, they don't ride the roller coaster of emotion. They show up with the same effort, the same excellence every single day. Why do we trust the sunrise? Because it never fails us. What if you became that reliable to yourself, to your goals? Ask yourself this. What would my life look like if I showed up every day, feelings be damned? What if I no longer needed a spark to light my discipline? Are you the one who starts strong and fades, or the one who finishes no matter how long the road? Here's your battle plan. Define your standards. Simple, manageable steps tied to your dreams. Not lofty resolutions, but daily disciplines, sacred and non-negotiable. Train your mind to honor them like a vow. No excuses, no bargaining. Each act of consistency builds trust in yourself, and trust, my friends, is the bedrock of confidence. Galatians 6:9 thunders, "Let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up." This isn't poetry. It's a promise, a spiritual law. Stick with it, especially on the brutal days, and your harvest will come. Benjamin Franklin didn't chase motivation. He built systems, daily habits so precise his success became inevitable. So, I challenge you. Are your days designed or drifting? Do your actions echo your purpose or just your passing feelings? Let this be your creed. I will be so consistent that even I can predict the champion I'll become tomorrow. That's strength. That's mastery. That's how legacies are forged, in the ink of discipline, on the canvas of daily life. It's easy to start with fire in your belly, but can you keep moving when the flames flicker? True consistency doesn't lean on energy, applause, or perfect timing. It draws from a deeper well, your inner resolve. A man with a clear compass doesn't need the world to cheer him on. He just needs to know his north. Excitement fades, passion ebbs, but the great ones, the legacy makers, run on decisions, not moods. Can you keep walking when no one watches, when your feet ache and the path looks the same? Most mistake activity for progress, sprinting hard, then stalling fast, hoping emotion carries them. But destiny isn't shaped by surges. It's carved by steady, grounded action. The question isn't how fast you run today, but how steadily you march for a decade. What values define you when the thrill is gone? Are your actions anchored to your core or tossed by the winds of the world? Romans 12:12 calls us to a deeper strength. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. That's no hype, it's an anchor. Joy when nothing shifts, patience when storms rage, faithfulness when results hide. That's consistency. Look at Henry Ford, not just the car guy, but the genius who built the process to build cars. Mocked, failing, facing collapse, he stayed committed. His vision didn't bend to approval. His compass never wavered. So what about you? Is your consistency conditional, or is it rock solid? Are your habits built on convenience or conviction? When the noise fades and the road stretches long, will you still be there, doing what you swore you'd do? Build routines that mirror who you are, not how you feel. The more you honor them, the clearer your purpose grows. Not because the world changed, but because you did. You don't need to be loud to be effective, seen to be significant. You just need to be consistent. Let your daily actions shout your purpose, even in silence. Consistency isn't the product of a perfect day. It's the proof of a prepared soul. Declare it now. I won't let circumstances shake my vision. I'll walk by principle, not pressure, and keep walking until the road bends to my will. Hard work alone isn't the secret. Strategic focus is you can pour energy in 1,000 directions and still stand still, but align your actions to one clear goal and your results explode. You're not weak, you're just distracted. Most confuse motion with meaning, chasing busyness over progress. But ask yourself, what's all this effort building? Are your days inching you toward a vision or just keeping you busy? Imagine your time, talent, and tenacity aimed like an arrow, not scattered, but honed to one target. Suddenly the impossible becomes inevitable. Focus turns ordinary effort into extraordinary force. What are you truly working toward? Are today's actions aimed at that destiny, or are you spreading yourself thin, saying yes to distractions? Proverbs 16:3 lays out the plan. Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. That's no mere sentiment. It's strategy. Commit, focus, simplify. Dedicate your efforts to a purpose bigger than you, and the chaos clears. Your direction turns divine. Have you defined what matters most, drawn a line between urgent and essential, broken your goals into daily steps that build something monumental? Strategic focus isn't doing more. It's doing less with more intention, cutting the noise to amplify the signal. What you drop is as powerful as what you chase. Thomas Edison didn't just work hard. He obsessed over one goal, electric light. Thousands of failures didn't sway him because his target held firm. Build your system. Define your big dream. Slice it into priorities and let every action orbit that core. Wake up asking, what moves me closer to my mission? Not, what do I need to do? Focus breeds clarity, and clarity births momentum. You're no longer tugged by others' demands, but driven by your vision. What field are you planting in? What dream deserves your full force? Are you pulled in 10 directions or locked on the one that leads home? Consistency without focus is exhaustion, but with focus, it's breakthrough. Don't just work hard, work right. Prioritize, simplify, and let every step count. Your future isn't in your effort, it's in your aim.
Every day you cast votes for your future. The ballot? Your choices. The world may not see them, but your destiny does. You're not shaped by one brilliant act, but by small, consistent decisions in the quiet. Are you building your dreams or quietly abandoning them with careless choices? Your future isn't chance, it's the fruit of discipline. The food you eat, thoughts you think, words you speak, work you start or skip. Every action builds or breaks your foundation. Most crave transformation without the trade-off, wanting rewards without repetition. But greatness grows from what you choose daily, especially when it's dull, hard, or unnoticed. What are your decisions saying about who you're becoming? Are your habits voting for your vision or against it? 1 Corinthians 15:58 roars, stand firm. Let nothing move you. Always give yourselves fully to the work of the Lord. Not halfway, not sometimes, fully. That devotion isn't loud, but it's legendary.
Take Wilma Rudolph. Polio and paralysis tried to chain her to defeat, but she rewrote her story with discipline. Day after day, grueling rehab, no spotlight, just choice on choice. And that girl who couldn't walk sprinted to Olympic gold. So you, do your daily choices guard your dream or risk it? Are you living with intention or hoping success stumbles upon you? You don't rise to your goals, you fall to your systems. Design your days to cradle your destiny. Ask, what does the best me choose today? Then choose it again and again, especially in the shadows. Discipline's compound interest is real. One small choice seems tiny today, but stack enough, and your future's unshakable. Your dream isn't at risk from one bad day, but from quitting the fight. Declare it. Today I vote for my vision. Today I walk like the person I'll become. Let your choices preach louder than your excuses. You don't need perfect conditions, just perfect commitment. Stand firm, let nothing shake you, and keep choosing because your destiny's watching every step.
Every epic achievement, skyscrapers, airplanes, cures, started as a flicker, a whisper in a dreamer's mind. An idea alone is powerless, a fantasy, until one force breathes life into it, consistent action. You might hold a vision so grand it shakes your soul, but if it stays in your head, it's nothing. Dreaming isn't enough. You must build, show up daily, chip away at the invisible until it's seen. Picture a magnifying glass under the sun. Jerk it around and nothing happens. Hold it steady, focused on one spot, and fire erupts. Your dreams ignite the same way. Scatter your energy and nothing burns. Lock in your focus and the impossible blazes. What dream have you carried but never chased? Have you swapped motion for movement, intention for execution? Set daily targets, small, doable steps, impossible to skip. Complete them, not for results, but because your identity demands it.
Every task you finish votes for who you're becoming. Momentum isn't magic, it's made, the reward of repetition. Stack your wins and belief grows. Belief brings clarity, and clarity fuels confidence to act without hesitation. Genesis 6 paints Noah's story. God gave him a vision, an ark, but didn't build it. Noah did, plank by plank, day by day, through laughter, doubt, and decades of delay. His belief wasn't in words, it was in sweat. His hands turned vision to vessel, and when the flood hit, what others mocked saved the world. Are you waiting for perfect timing or gripping the hammer, watching the weather, or building through the storm. Your dream is your arc, your responsibility. Let ridicule reign, delay teach, loneliness refine, but never stop the work. One steady hand, one focused heart, one day at a time. That's all it takes to birth something undeniable. Rise, hammer high, and build. The world's waiting for what only your consistency can create. Doubt's a thief, whispering lies. You're not ready, not enough, you'll fail. Fear binds your ambition, shrinking your life. But here's the antidote, consistency. You don't slay doubt with force. You starve it with faithful repetition. Fear doesn't need to die in a day. It weakens when you choose action over anxiety step by step. Shift your gaze from outcomes to effort. Every move forward strikes at self-doubt. Have you waited to feel brave before acting? Let emotion steer your consistency? What if you moved anyway? Train your mind to a rhythm of discipline. Start small, because it's not the step size, it's the steadiness. Stack wins, and you forge armor. Quiet, strong, lasting. Confidence isn't a gift. It's earned, not in bold bursts, but quiet moments, pushing through fear without applause. Think of David, the shepherd boy in 1 Samuel 17, facing Goliath. They saw a kid. He saw a fight he'd trained for. Daily he guarded sheep, slung stones, battled lions and bears in lonely fields. When the giant loomed, his strength was ready, practiced, not lucky, rehearsed, not random. How are you training in your field? Sharpening your sling when no giant's near? Don't wait for fear to fade. It won't, but it loses power when you keep moving. Doubt can't survive daily proof. Fear can't thrive against steady steps. Your routine, your discipline, they declare to fear, you don't own me. Keep showing up, preparing, believing. The giant falls, not because you're fearless, but because you're faithful. Your victory's in your rhythm, your strength in your steps. Move and keep moving. The battle's within, and consistency wins it. Your legacy isn't in words, it's in deeds. People hear your promises, but remember your patterns. Every time you keep your word, especially in quiet moments, you lay a brick in your reputation's monument. Consistency is trust's currency. When your actions match your claims day after day, you shout, I can be counted on. That reliability becomes your greatest asset. Are you living your beliefs or betraying them? Do people know you by integrity or just intentions? The world values character over charisma, forged in routine, not rhetoric. Become predictably excellent. Build habits reflecting your highest values. Don't chase perfection. Chase pattern. Let your consistency scream, I'm the same in public and private. I don't just talk discipline, I live it. Look at Daniel in Daniel 6, praying 3 times daily, even facing death. No show, just pattern. That rhythm spoke louder than words. So strong his enemies targeted his faithfulness. In the lion's den, consistency was his shield, lifting him to influence and honor. Your life may not face lions, but pressure will test you, tempting compromise. Your reputation rests on what you've trained daily. Let co-workers, family, community say they do what they say. No flinch, no fake, they finish. Your habits are your testimony, your repetition, your reputation. Align your actions to values, set rituals, live them without fail. The world remembers the consistent, not the loudest. Your name, your legacy is built by the consistency of your character. Buried in you is untapped potential, waiting, not screaming, not demanding, just patiently awaiting your consistency. Not talent, not perfection, but daily discipline to unearth it. You weren't made for average, but without consistency, average claims you. Greatness unveils layer by layer, choice by choice, through steady self-mastery. Every time you pick discipline over comfort, you turn a key, unlocking doors you didn't see. No miracle needed, just stay with it. What gifts lie dormant from lack of patience? What could bloom if you kept going? To unlock your potential, show up daily. Not when inspired, but every day. Repetition sculpts excellence. Focus energy on a skill, knowledge, or mindset. Each commitment compounds. What's impossible becomes inevitable.
Joseph in Genesis 39-41, betrayed, enslaved, jailed, yet chose excellence. As a servant, he led with integrity. As a prisoner, he rose to lead. Years of consistency readied him for Pharaoh's call. His greatness wasn't granted, it was revealed. You don't need discovery, you need development, a rhythm, a commitment to show up even when forgotten. Your potential isn't buried by circumstance, but by inconsistency. What if a year from now you're unrecognizable from daily excellence? The world calls you gifted, but only because you stayed disciplined in the dark. Greatness begins in obscurity, grows in silence, blooms through repetition. Embrace consistency. Your tool, your key, your declaration that you're made for more. Something greater than you imagine waits. unlock it.
Adversity is not your foe, it's your refiner. Life tests you, stretches patience, presses weaknesses, threatens dreams, but each challenge hides an invitation to grow. The question isn't if trials come, but how you reply. Consistency. Most panic, drop routines, wait for calm. But the great ones turn adversity to advantage, staying steady, not retreating, but repeating. They trust the process, turning chaos to clarity. What habits did you ditch when life got hard? Did difficulty break your discipline, or did you anchor deeper? Adversity's no detour. It's the path, forging strength, humility, endurance. Hold your practices, mindset, health, spiritual rituals, even when you don't feel it. Consistency in hardship is warrior strength, building resilience no easy day can match. The Apostle Paul, in Philippians 1:12-14, wrote from prison, not in despair, but clarity. What has happened to me has actually served to advance the gospel. Shipwrecked, beaten, chained, he preached constantly. Chains weren't limits, they were leverage. Cells turned to pulpits. His consistency rooted in conviction, not circumstance. Will you let storms silence your discipline or silence the storm? Use setbacks as signals to double down. Every trial proves your perseverance. Stand firm when others waver. Stay planted when the world shakes. Act by principle, not emotion. Let adversity be your ally, pain your professor, difficulty your gym, training mental, emotional, spiritual muscle. Your future's forged in discomfort. Storms don't break you, they build you. Walk through with head high, habits strong. What's sent to stop you launches you.
You keep waiting for the right mood. Quote, sunrise to spark your soul. You scroll for inspiration, hoping it fuels ambition. But what if motivation never arrives? What if the door's already unlocked, waiting not for feelings, but discipline? Results don't chase the inspired, they chase the consistent. We're hooked on highs, adrenaline, emotion, perfect days. But emotion's a fickle master, vanishing when life bites. If discipline leans on feelings, progress fades fast. What if your breakthrough came not from a rush, but a quiet choice to move anyway? Stop worshiping moods. Build systems of truth, action, routine, rituals that stand in gold or gray. Discipline bridges where you are to where you belong, not dramatic, but it delivers.
Train yourself to act no matter what. Lock in schedules, honor priorities, move when your mind craves comfort. Elijah in 1 Kings 19 called down fire, faced kings, saw miracles, yet sat under a tree begging to die. Even giants tire. But God met him in weariness, not with a shout, but a whisper saying, get up, walk, move. Elijah obeyed, not from strength, but choice. His greatness wasn't just mountaintop miracles, but valley decisions, rising when he wanted to fall. Are you waiting to feel ready, or building a foundation to stand when emotions crash? Greatness grows in habits of persistence, not passion. You don't need to feel good to do right, and feelings follow. Rise, build, move, not because it feels good, but because greatness demands it. Discipline, say it, and people flinch, picturing chains, a joyless grind. But what if discipline's not a prison, but a pathway? Not a cage, but control. The undisciplined aren't free. They're ruled by cravings, emotions, impulses. Days dictated by distraction, futures hijacked by no. But the disciplined, they're kings, commanding time, mind, acting from vision, not feeling. Do you live by design or default? Command your day or react to it? Build a future or survive one? Structure strengthens your mind. Follow through grows self-respect. Master the morning. Don't scroll. Center. Don't delay. Move. Don't drift. Decide. Control the morning, control the momentum, and momentum drives progress. Paul in 1 Corinthians 9:27 roared, I discipline my body and make it my slave, so after I preach, I won't be disqualified. Not weakness, warrior precision. He didn't fear falling, but failing to finish. Discipline's not punishment, it's protection. Guarding purpose from laziness, potential from excuses. Thinking, do what I want is freedom? No, that's chaos. Freedom's choosing right when everything craves easy. Discipline sharpens character, forges a mind that moves, unstoppable by steady habits. Let others chase pleasure. Live in regret, restart loops. You build something durable, divine. A blueprint proving discipline architects greatness. Rise with intention. Live with structure. Move with purpose. True freedom's not no boundaries. It's direction, and discipline's your compass, your crown. You crave a big life, wins impact. But the paradox, big outcomes bloom from small, consistent choices, not dramatic moments. Your future doesn't ask what you did one wild day, but every ordinary one. Destiny forms now in quiet routines, habits that build or break. What small actions do you tolerate? Harmless habits you ignore, a skipped workout, late wake up. They're not neutral, laying bricks for a palace or prison. Everything compounds. Your system serves or sabotages. Are your habits worthy of your dreams? Your routines are rituals of belief, proof of your future shape. If they say, I'll act when I feel like it, emotion rules and vision shrinks. But I act because this is me, you become success.
Jesus in Matthew 17:20 said faith like a mustard seed, tiny but mountain moving. God doesn't need perfection, but consistency. A seed planted, a habit formed, a life stewarded. Miracles start there. What seed do you plant daily? Unseen. Do your habits root your legacy? The invisible becomes visible. Unseen discipline turns to noticed confidence. Quiet choices to loud results. Never scoff at small habits repeated. They're the gap between progress and stagnation, inspiration and survival. Every moment's a seed. Every action a vote for your direction. You're never still, moving toward dreams or away. Choose wisely, intentionally, consistently. Greatness isn't ambition's size, but follow-through strength, built one faithful step at a time. Everyone talks legacy, but it's not eulogies or stone. It's alive now, breathing in patterns, choices, attitudes. What pattern do you reinforce daily? Your legacy's writing itself, not in one grand act, but repeated behaviors. Many wait, swearing tomorrow they'll live with purpose, but time doesn't bow to delay. One day becomes someday, then never. Time's no servant. Own today. If today cloned 1,000 times, what future emerges? If habits misalign, your legacy betrays your dreams. Purpose delayed is purpose denied. Craft a legacy worth recalling. Start with one small, faithful act repeated. Legacy's no show. It's private discipline compounded. It's how you speak unseen, persevere uncheered, honor values unvalidated. Your choices are bricks in your future's cathedral. Lay them with care.